Hello everyone, my name is Ella and I'm a Level 3 Digital Marketing Apprentice and I work for Exeter College. So as I said, I do Level 3 Digital Marketing, but that's very different to what my job role actually is. So although my course is very specific to digital marketing, so things like social media, email marketing, my actual job role is a lot more varied. So on our team, there's only actually 2 of us that do marketing towards apprenticeships. So everything my manager doesn't do, I end up doing. So that can be things from digital marketing, that can be print marketing, things like flyers, posters. It can be things such as events. I manage a lot of events in the area, make sure we have everything ready, make sure people are going. I do things like presentations. So it's completely varied day to day, which is what I really love about my job. Talking about the recruitment process and finding your first apprenticeship, so my biggest advice is don't give up. It's very, very easy to get disheartened if you don't get an apprenticeship the first time. But what you have to remember is that when you're applying to an apprenticeship, it's not like applying to a college or a university. It's very much like applying to an actual job, which means that you may apply to multiple different ones before you find the right place. This might not be because of you. It could be because you're not right for the company, but it could also be because that company is not right for you. And not getting that job is probably a good thing because you might not have enjoyed it when you went in. So don't feel disheartened if you're not getting a job immediately. I applied personally to maybe 30 different places before I got my job. That's completely normal and it's not something that you should ever be worried about. If you do want to get your job quicker, maybe spend a lot of time working on your CV. Make sure you're changing it for each employer because they can actually tell. I know you might think they can't, but when they're faced with maybe 20 or 30 CVs, it's very easy to spot out which ones are generic and which ones are more tailored to that company and they're more likely to be seen. Personally, my CV actually was one of the reasons that I got my job. So that might originally seem obvious, but what happened is on the day of the interview, I was really unwell and I couldn't come in, I couldn't do the interview at all. Luckily, because my manager really liked my CV, she agreed to wait a week and let me come in when I was better and re-interview. And then obviously I got the job. So if it wasn't for my CV, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't have got this job. So it's really important to spend time on it. Going for your interviews, you are going to be nervous. Everyone's nervous when they go for their interviews, even people that have done hundreds of interviews before. There will always be a little bit of nerves, and sometimes that's a good thing because it gives you that confidence, sort of keeps you awake and keeps you engaged in that interview. Employers do, however, know you are an apprentice. They know this might be the first job that you're ever applying to, and they will be interviewing you as such. They're not expecting it to be the best interview you've ever done in the world, and they understand that you might not have experience doing interviews. But to prepare as much as you can, make sure you do your research before. Personally, I tend to go on the company's website, I go on the company's About Us page, and I look at that company's beliefs and values. So look at what that company finds really, really important. They might have a sort of motto or a strap line that talks about certain characteristics that company likes to advertise. So that might be communication, for instance. So if that company says, you know, we're all about communication, have a look at your past and see when you might have been a really good communicator, where communication might have helped you, and try and think of a little case study about communication, and then try and bring that up in your interview, because that shows not only that you researched that company, but it shows that your values and your beliefs align with that company, and it's going to make you a lot better candidate than some other people that haven't done that. So personally, I obviously think apprenticeships are great, which is why I'm here, but one of the best things a lot of people that are really, really attracted to is the fact that there is no debt. You won't have to pay for any part of your apprenticeship at all. It's partly paid by your employer and partly paid by the government. So don't worry about that, which means that you can do, because you can go from GCSE to degree level in apprenticeships, you can do a degree and they'll actually pay you for it. So apprenticeships are a really great opportunity to work your way up the career ladder without having to pay anything at all. You also get treated like an employee. So when I was looking for an apprenticeship, one thing I was worried about is that everyone was telling me that apprentices just make the tea and coffee or are just shoved in a corner, which is partly, I think, some people have done work experience where that might have happened. An apprenticeship is not work experience, it's completely different. You are an employee of that company. And to be honest, most employees can't afford to hire people just to make tea and coffee. It's very, very unlikely to ever happen. You'll be treated like an employee of that company. You'll get the same staff benefits, you'll get the same pension, everything as if you were an employee of the company, because you are an employee of that company. And you'll work there normally about 4 days a week and spend 1 day in college. College is very, very different to, for example, doing A-levels or doing GCSEs. So doing A-levels, GCSEs, you sort of go into college, and there'll be times when I was thinking, when would I ever need this? But when you're doing an apprenticeship, you can go into college one day, go into work the next day, and everything that you just learn in college, you can directly apply to your everyday job. And it's so rewarding because you can actually see the things you're learning, making your job easier and more efficient. It's a really, really good opportunity. On top of that, you do get your student NUS card, so that's always a plus for many different people. So finally, my advice to others: university is not for everyone. Don't feel pressured to go down one particular route because your school's telling you to, because your friends are telling you to, because your family's telling you to. You need to make sure it's the right option for you. Personally, I did A-levels. I didn't enjoy them, but I did get good results. So I could have gone to university if I wanted to, but I've had jobs since I was 14 and I've always really, really enjoyed working. So an apprenticeship was just the perfect option for me because I was able to combine my love of working and learning on the job and sort of the academic side of going to college. So I go to college 1 day a week, and it's given me the chance not only to earn and to learn, but it's given me the experience. So not only am I coming out my apprenticeship with a qualification, I'm also coming out my apprenticeship with 2 years of experience in my job role in marketing, which is so valuable to employers, sometimes more valuable than the qualification itself. So that experience is what's really going to put you above the rest when we're going to look for jobs. So that's everything from me. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Anything to do with apprenticeships and marketing, or you can come and have a chat to me at the end. But thank you very much for listening.